Hello and welcome to today's presentation of Wiseowl Legal Document Automation. Wiseowl Legal was written with you, the busy lawyer, in mind. We have worked with hundreds and hundreds of lawyers who've shared their frustrations about the systems in front of them when they don't empower them to provide the service they want to their valued clients. We acknowledge that while there are many things that all law firms do alike, there are just as many areas where the opportunity to be bespoke in some aspect will give you your point of difference and make you stand out ahead of your peers. Today, we're going to jump in to the matter screen and look at the custom fields in two different types of law. Today, we're going to look at a property transaction and then we'll look at a family law transaction. So this is a property transaction, and you'll see here we've got common custom fields, and we've also got them on the family law field. So you nominate what you want that to look like right across your business. And then here, all the differences. Now, this is all about a family law matter. And who are the applicants and the respondents, the court details, details of cohabitation, marriage, separation, if the divorce has happened, your key assets, appeal details, who the children are, parenting agreements, additional documents. And that is all about the custom fields in a family law matter. Now you'll see there's dates, there's text, there's all sorts of things in this. And then we go and have a look at a property transaction. And we have even more variations. So we've got radio buttons, we've got details of people. We've actually pulled up the seller out of our contacts list. So that is somebody we know about, so we can actually write to them because that contact 1005 already has their address details. We've got the contract details. Now you'll see in here, you've got radio buttons, you've got all sorts of different fields. All the relevant dates, more dates, because property transactions are so date driven. And you've got some conditions here. Now, all of these conditions, we can actually, if they're ticked, we can put an if statement around that. So if the buyer is an Australian resident, then the GST or VAT amounts that are rules that apply to overseas residents don't apply. Is there a tenant in there? If so, there's a whole paragraph that can go in and it doesn't go if that box isn't ticked. So all of the beauty of these custom fields is they're very special. They come in from a spreadsheet. So what happens is we have some sets of custom fields. And if you come and have a look and you want to change it a bit, because we have imported these from a spreadsheet, it's very easy to add a few more fields in for you. So the big thing is the variety of what you could put in here, the types of field. And once you're using these fields, you only need to populate the details once, and then you can put them on all of your documents that you're using for that matter. Just to recap, all of these fields can be imported straight off a spreadsheet. If you come along and look at our standard fields for a particular type of law and then say to us, only you had this one extra field, or only if we had this field here, well, the good news is that in less than 30 minutes of magic, we can copy our fields, add in your extra wishes, and then we can add those extra fields into all of your templates. Automating your templates, we can teach you to do it, but many law firms are keen to leave this magic to us. But the good news is the magic is all documented. So for those of you who want to learn how to manage your own custom fields and templates, we can teach you and leave you with the recording and fabulous training notes. So you've got the choice, a done for you service with all the custom fields, or we can show you how you edit your templates yourself. I believe that in this area, that YSL Legal has significantly more flexibility than most of our competitors. And I'd really love you to try it out. So now that we've had a look at some of the magic, we're going to jump into our documents register, and we can do this from within the matter. And we're going to do a new document from a template. And we'll do a sale matter. First up, we'll just do a letter. We can give it a name. And we can give a document type. These lists, again, are all customizable. And if we were to writing somebody who wasn't the primary client, we could actually add them in here. But we're writing to our primary client, so it's all good. Create the document, and then we'll open it up. And Word opens up. We might have had to log in there, and there's our letter. Now, obviously, that's a simple letter. It's pre-populated. The lawyer who wrote it, let's put the date on it that it's created. The reline, client's address, and that addressing is quite complex. And then the solicitor acting is here, complete with their position and post nominals, and the file reference and the file name. So that's a very basic letter. Now let's go and create a form on this same matter. And this is a property transfer. We open that up, and that has taken all the information off the matter we were looking at before and popped them into this form. Now, this is a Queensland form. It could be any form, but what I want you to see is that it's accurately populated this form with the data, custom fields in the document. So we use pure word merge to create the documents. There's no other fancy programming once we've established the custom fields. And what we do to make it more workable is we give you a reference sheet. So let's go and have a look at a few of the pieces. We make sure that the letter that we save today is the same forever. So if you've got a soft copy of a letter that was sent a year ago, it is the same letter that you can show the court next week. It doesn't have an auto-updating date. If you move, the client moves, the fields don't update. It is the letter that you created once you merged a template with your custom fields. Now let's have a look at some of our templates. So if we come back into the documents, we've got a template register here. Now, how you determine what templates you need, you tell us what type of law you do, what jurisdiction you're in. And for many jurisdictions, we've got the forms already done. If we don't, we will work with you to get them done, and that's part of your subscription. So we can here look at family law. And by choosing family law for Australia, you can see all the forms that are already in there. Now, if we have a form and we want to look at what it is, we can actually download that template. Not many people would need to do this. But the benefit of doing this is you can see the custom fields in the back end. And so it gives you an idea on what's going on. And then we've got some fancy if statements in behind some of these addresses, because we've got several addresses in YSL, and we've got some fancy footwork in the back here so that it picks up the right address. So if I go Shift F9, There's the street address. So you can see by select or shift F9, you can see what's happening behind the scenes. Now, some people want to get in and play with this. Other people just, why is our people, please do it for us. And we're happy to do that. So it really is up to you. Okay, so the other thing I need to show you is the resource fields we give you. Now, this here is a Word document that we set up when we set up a document pack. And what we do is we download the field out of Wiseout and then tell you what it is. And by copying and pasting these single fields into the documents, that creates the merge. If we were using word merge, we would come in here, and by selecting these, we would get to have a list of merge fields. But because Wiseout is so extensive, that would be 1,000 fields long and it would take us forever. So we export them directly into this document and set it up for you. And that makes it so much easier to copy and paste the fields into your templates. So we talk more about setting up your own templates. But what we want you to see is how Wiseout is very, very flexible. I believe it's got the most powerful document module in the market. And some of the search things you might want to do within the documents is, let's just look at one file. And I'll go search. That shows me these are open. And these are all the documents that have been put in this file. We also have the classes. So these are like folders where we can sort the documents and sort by that. Got a couple of briefs. We've also got the opportunity to use discoverable files. This particular matter has nothing that's discoverable. If I reset and go and choose a family law matter, I can have a look at her documents, and then I can have a look at what is discoverable. And then with the discoverable documents, we can actually create a zip file and then export those to share with the other side. The document register itself has an amazing amount of power. You can choose what columns you want to see. You can choose what parameters you want to search by. So there's search parameters, they're your columns. One of the columns I like a lot is the file type, which is this one here. And I also use that extensively in searching, to the point that I number them 01, 02, 03 because I use that so much. So if I reset, and I can go T for today to T for today, go back 4 years, and search, and that's going to give me a lot of documents. I can then say I only want PDFs. And then I might have had some keywords in there. And if I reset and search for keywords, there's some of the keywords. So generally you would normally search by a matter, but what I'm trying to show you here is the extensive power of the document searching, and it really is very quick to go and find a document. We can also preview. Preview doesn't line up as nicely as the actual document, but it's still very accurate. You can still see what's going on. And the reset just gets you back to where you were. And there's lots of matters in there. I can preview that, or I can actually open it up, and it looks a lot better when you actually open it into Word. And that was pre-filled. There's been nothing added in there at the moment. So I encourage you to strongly consider the YSAL document module. We're very proud of what we've done with it. And if you've got any specific use cases, please send them to us. And we'll do our best to show you what we can do in them. Thank you for watching and have a great day.